Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Today it is December 3rd at 6:44 a.m. We are here. If you guys have watched the previous vlog, I'm gonna start calling them. I showed you that this was preloaded for me last night. I got back not late, but 8 o'clock last night. It was a pretty long day with traffic and everything. So we're back here this morning, going to be delivering this skid steer to a local job site here. We're gonna see about doing that. I'll take you guys along for that, and then we'll see what the rest of the day holds. I know it's a really busy day today, so I really don't know where or what we're gonna do next, but I know we got a lot going on this morning, as always. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and let's go ahead and see what the day is going to entail. All right, guys, we are here at the drop. As you can see, there's the roller that we brought here a few days ago that you guys saw me pick up. Anyway, we are in a flatbed, so I'm gonna show you guys the process here. We're gonna hit the PTO switch. Parking brake is set, and then we'll just idle it up just a touch. All right, that should be good. So first thing I'm gonna do is just start popping chains off. All right, so now that we've done that, I'm just gonna leave one chain on it, get the deck down, and then we'll pop that one chain and run it off. We'll do the same thing with the other side. Keep 2 chains and 2 binders per side. All right, now we can take the bed forward. Take it down. And then continue with going forward, put it into the locks. Okay, and I noticed this strap was a little loose. Make sure we get that tightened up. Okay, we are good to go. All right, got our equipment delivered. There is our skid steer, and then as you can see, there's a whole lineup of equipment here that we've delivered. I videotaped that one, as you guys saw in the previous video. So let's go ahead and head back to the yard and see what the rest of the day holds for us. So whenever I'm using a light duty truck, and that goes for every heavy duty guy, whenever we use a light duty truck, we are using someone else's truck. So I always try to set an example by just getting that shit out there. All right, guys, we are in yesterday's video, I explained that we would be going, we had a call going to Santa Fe Springs this morning, a dump truck that needed to be towed to Santa Fe Springs, and Roberto was probably gonna do that, but he was out late last night, so I'm gonna be doing that. So we are gonna start up the 35-ton 35 SP and truck 25, and we're gonna go ahead and get it all checked out, start it up, and we're gonna go hook up a dump truck that Roberto has previously towed to Santa Fe Springs. So let's go ahead and get the truck all prepped, pre-tripped, and we'll get on our way. Light bar. This is a wireless light bar. You guys have seen us use these before. This is what we put on the back of the truck to replicate our turn signals, brakes, 4-way flashers, all that good stuff. These are great, but when I guess their only downside is the batteries, man. They go through batteries like candy, and so that's exactly what happened here. This battery is dead, and they're actually kind of hard to get. You have to like kind of, not necessarily special order them, but you kind of have to try to find them, and they're really a pain to get out of there too. So that light bar is set here on the truck so that people know that this truck needs a light bar, or that it's non-functioning. We all know it. So what we have to do, since we're going out of town, I'm gonna take the light bar out of the rotator. The rotator doesn't do much towing, so it's not like it needs it necessarily. And I'll go ahead and put that light bar out of the 35 ton into this truck. And if someone, for whatever reason, needs to do a tow with this, they could always run a light cord to it to make it operational. So I'm just gonna swap them out so that way, for my ease of use, I have a light bar that functions and that is wireless. So currently, I just jump in whatever truck is available, because technically this is Darrell's truck. Roberto's truck is the 35 ton, the other 35 ton. And then I and Darrell drive the rotator. But the rotator, if we have a tow, for example, to Santa Fe Springs, we're not gonna send the rotator all the way to Santa Fe Springs to tow just a dump truck, because this truck could be better utilized here, while the tow trucks could better be utilized towing stuff. So that's kind of our philosophy to that. With that being said, I kind of float around to whatever truck is needed. In today's case, I'm in the 35 ton. The last truck I was driving was the rotator. So I just have my little kits that I gotta transfer over. As you guys know, I have this driveline kit. It's in a Milwaukee box, but there's like a Milwaukee surge impact, a few driveline wrenches, and some air fittings. Take my big impact just in case you gotta cage brakes or something. And that's basically it. Like I said, we're gonna have to transfer the light bar out. I'll go ahead and work on that now. So grab this light bar. Honestly, so the charger's right in there, but it's kind of a pain to get to. So I'm just gonna set it right here, because I know I'm gonna need it here in a few minutes. So I'm just gonna set it right there so I can just grab it, pop it out, get to work. I'm gonna go and grab the old light bar that's on the step over there that I showed you. Just put it in the rotator just in case my dad or someone needs to take it out later today. So put it over there. Go ahead and check the oil really quick. Coolant. Okay. Go. The oil look at the full mark actually, so that's good. Plenty of oil there. Go ahead and check our coolant above the min. We're good. Just go ahead and pop the hood. We'll just take a quick look in here while we got it open. Everything was greased recently. Everything's good. No free play. Everything looks like it should. Same thing over here. That looks good. This looks good. Cotter pins, everything. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's go ahead and pop the hood down. Man, that one's a heavy one. All right, put this down. Oop, there goes my lunch. All right, let's see if we're gonna need some fuel. I think we'll be okay. I just filled this truck up fully and drove it up the hill and back down the hill to do a tow, so it should be okay. All right, I'm gonna grab the rest of my stuff and then we'll head over and get that dump truck loaded up. There's Mr. Tommy Gunn. He's done with that delivery on that 22K warehouse forklift you guys saw me load up in that last video. I guess he ran into a little bit of a problem offloading that. I guess the address was wrong that we were given, and so he had to kind of a little bit of standby time. POC wasn't answering, so had to figure it out. But now he's going to be loading up. Oh, that's loud. Put that down. Now he's going to be loading up an excavator here locally in town, taking it to another job site. He came back to the yard because he's going to swap trailers. Probably going to swap to the 3-axle. It's the I guess most beat up trailer now. Still in great condition, but the most beat up. So definitely aren't going to put it on the black 2-axle, and definitely is not going to put it on the new refurbished white trailer. So that's what he's doing. Let's go ahead and head out. All right, guys, we are here with the dump truck. Roberto towed this previously. The issue with it is, I guess, the dump bed here is all the way down and the frame got bent. So as you can see, it should be flush, but it's not. So the frame got bent, and then the driver continued to drive it and I guess broke the driveline because the angles were so bad. So the driveline broke from here forward. So my couple options are either to remove the driveline and tow it from the front, or rear tow it. which is what I'm gonna do because it is empty. So I'm gonna rear tow it. We'll just have to chain up the suspension on this axle right here. But yeah, I'm good to go. So let's go ahead and get to work. I got it running right now so I can air it up and get enough clearance to get under there. Now I can. It was like that far off the ground, but now it's not. So should be okay now. Check, see what the air pressure is. It's coming up. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit longer. Alright, so we are latched onto the U-bolts. I confirmed that. So now that we did that, I'm just going to come to the controls, tilt up, take a little bit of weight up. Okay, we got a little bit of weight there. Now what we got to do is we got to chain this axle into place so that it doesn't sag. So let's just go ahead and grab a little chain and we'll utilize the gap we have there to chain it up. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a very good shot of this, so I'm gonna chain it up and then I'll show you what I did. Okay guys, so this is what I did to chain up the axle. I used the shock mount, which is hard mounted to the frame, wrapped it around the leaf spring hanger for the airbag, and when I pick up on this rear axle, it's gonna allow the weight of this axle to rest on my chain and not hyperextend this airbag. Then I'll just take a bungee and bungee up the excess. So since I didn't have enough clearance right here, I had to pre-pick it. Now we gotta flop these back over, do it again. Okay, we are locked onto the U-bolts again. As you guys can see, a lot more clearance now. I'm able to turn because that isn't gonna hit anything. Okay, that was kind of a pain, but we'll go ahead and put all our blocks away, chain up that, or bungee up that excess. All right, got two bungees here. Let's see what I can do with it. We'll just hook in right here. Okay, that should be good. That should be good. It's just gonna be hanging by bungees, but it's light chain, so it's okay. Okay, now we can suck it in. Okay, suck it in, push it out a little bit so we can turn, and then we're going to lower it a bit, and then I'm gonna put a decent amount of tilt. That way we can have clearance away from that bar. Getting a phone call. What's up, buddy? Okay, we got plenty of turning clearance there. Now what we can do is strap it down. Safety chains, strap it on the steering wheel, and we can get out of here. Take our slack, just use a bungee here. Kind of hold it up out of the way, keeps it from slapping the underlift all the way down the road too, which is good. Gotta do a few more links. Okay, now we gotta tie the steering wheel straight. Let's grab one of these. Okay, so I got my strap here as my primary securement to the base of the seat, not the seat itself that goes up and down. And then I have my seat belt here as just a secondary securement, just went through, looped it 3 times into the seat, dumped all the air out, relatively tight, just there in case something happens to this one. Good there. Now all we gotta do is strap down the one side, this side, and safety chain this side, and we'll be good to go. We're out of here. Do a little checklist here. Light bar, we got the steering wheel secured and strapped. We got the driveline out, not by us, but by default. Oh, I'm at the wrong axle. Hey. By default. And then the other half's in the passenger seat there. Axle chained up, axle secured, both sides, safety chains both sides, no air needed. Turning clearance insured. We're good to go. Let me pop off these coveralls and we'll get out of here. So I'll show you here in a second, but I started moving here and I noticed that the steering wheel must not be aligned straight with the straight wheels because we got a little bit of a dog leg going on, so I'm gonna have to pull over up here and adjust that. As you can see, we're going straight there and it's tracking dog leg, so we'll have to turn the steering wheel to the driver's side. All right guys, just a quick little adjustment. I had to like completely basically put the steering wheel sideways to get it to be straight out here, but that's what I came up with. Same concept, just different spot. There's Herc over there. That's where I was yesterday, and this is where we're gonna be today. All right, so I already called the customer. He said to come straight in, so I'm hoping. I told him I'm towing it in. I don't have a lot of maneuverability. He's like, oh, you'll be fine. So here we go, down the alley. All right guys, we got it backed into the spot that the customer would like it. Now we're just gonna offload it, reverse the process that we did to load it. I'm just gonna do a little time lapse here. Pretty much, you guys know what I already did, so no need to show it again, right? Alright guys, we're all good. I'm just going to pull forward a bit so I can get the underlift out. The customer wanted me to not push it out, like extend it out the least amount that I could. He wanted me to extend it the least I could because he needs room to get the trucks on the front of it. So we had to do that. So I'm just going to pull forward a few feet and then we can fold it up the rest of the way. And as you can see, I asked the customer if he had any blocks that I could just set it on, that way I don't have to do that whole double pick again. So go ahead and fold this up. Alright, cool. Good there. I'm gonna go ahead and put the license plate in our system, which auto-populates the VIN and truck information. Roberto had towed this previously, so it might already be in here. Yeah, it already is. Cool. Alright. Alright guys, thanks for riding along on that portion. We're gonna go ahead and head back to the desert. We're, like I said, in Santa Fe Springs, so probably a 2-hour drive back and see what the rest of the day has for us. It is currently 12:02, so probably get back around 2:30, 3 o'clock, I'd imagine, depending on how traffic acts. And we'll see what the rest of the day has for us. So let's go ahead and head home. All right, so we are at a traffic light right now, so I figured I'd update you guys on what's going on. So it is 3:18 p.m. We are here at the intersection of Avenue 52 and 86 Expressway. We are en route now. We're back in town. We're en route to a tanker trailer that I guess got stuck on a one-way road. It's a set of doubles. And hang on, I'll get right back. Anyway, as I was saying, we are headed to rescue a tanker trailer that got down a one-way farm road and he's pulling like it's a tractor with a tank, and then he's pulling a trailer behind that tank, and he disconnected the truck from the dolly from the trailer and got himself turned around, but now obviously the dolly is facing the wrong way. So we're gonna go there, assess it, see what we can do. I think what we might have to do is rear tow it out of there and chain the dolly. It's empty, which is gonna help a lot, so we'll see. But that is where we're going now, after we just got back from Santa Fe Springs. So let's see what that's all about. All right, we made it, guys. So there is the customer in his tanker truck and trailer, and then we are backing up to the rear trailer. This is the first time I've seen it, so I haven't seen it yet. I'm backing up to it, but from what I understand, like I said, he nosed himself into here and there's nowhere for him to turn around in front of him, so he opted to disconnect the truck and front trailer from the rear trailer so that he could maneuver it out. He basically backed it out along this road, and now what's left is the rear trailer, empty trailer. So from the looks of it, I think I'll be able to rear tow it out of here and chain the dolly straight, and then get it into a position where he can hook it himself. So that is the tentative plan. I'm gonna get out and see right now once we get backed up to it. So we're getting close here. I'm gonna line up to it as if I'm gonna hook it up. That way I don't have to do it again. So let's see. I'm gonna kick it this way. Let's see. I gotta pull forward a bit. Man, I should just hook one of these tractors to it and pull it out. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, let's see. So my initial thought was to basically chain sling it, but this is all aluminum. I don't know if that is the best idea, unfortunately. That would have been a good idea, but I don't think that's the best idea. So I think what we're gonna have to do is fork. Well, I don't even think that there is forks wide enough in this truck to do that. That'd be nice. I know the rotator, Miller products come with an extensive fork package to fork that, but I don't think that will be wide enough. So we'll have to resort to the next step, which is, well, let's see what the front looks like. So obviously he's got his drawbar. Yeah, see, he ran himself into a dead end here. And the other thing I could do is hook it to the pintle hitch and then chain this straight, but then again, you still have nowhere to chain it to. You literally have nowhere to go. This whole table turns. All right, so our tentative plan here is I'm gonna fork onto it, or I'm gonna chain sling it off the rear, and when I do that, like I was explaining, there's not really a good way to chain this dolly to anything. I mean, this is, like you guys can see, it's all aluminum, so I don't want to rip anything aluminum because that would not be good. So what I'm thinking about doing here is I'm going to hook it from the rear, and I'm going to lower this down, so basically the drawbar is going to drag on the ground. I'm going to make sure all these lines are up and out of the way, and I'm just going to go straight and see how it reacts. I'm hoping that because we're going straight, it's just going to relatively follow behind me, and then once we make that first right turn, I'm just going to see how that goes and see how far I can get with it before it gets to a point where it's not good. And then from there, I might be able to grab on to the dolly from the road and spin it around and get it on the street. I do not know, but that is the tentative plan as of right now. That's what we're gonna go with. I was telling my dad it'd be nice if we could use one of these tractors hook into the hitch, and then just kind of, you know, with the tight maneuverability of a tractor like that, you could chase that dolly all the way out of here and probably get it out, but not our tractor, so can't do it. That'd probably be like a two-person job. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do here is do like a modified chain sling. I'm gonna find somewhere to grab back there. Let's see if I can find something solid. I think we'll go to that cross member back there and then come up with our chains right about here. And that's where we'll chain sling it from. I think that's gonna be our best option. So let me grab 2 chains. I think I'll be able to make it work with 1 chain. Let's throw that over there, and that over there. And then I got this steel cross member right here that I am going to I'll go with the wrap. Okay, same thing on this side. We're gonna go over. All right, so we should, let's see how this one ends up. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the same thing on that one. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit here. Alright, let's bring you guys over here. I still don't know if this is gonna work, to be honest, but we are experimenting. We're gonna try something here. The problem is that the crossbar will not fit in between this gap. I don't know why I overlooked that, but I did. So now what I'm thinking is that I'm gonna use this as like a backstop to help us hold it from coming forward. So see right now what's gonna happen here. All right, I'm gonna try something completely different. I'm gonna get rid of these chains. I'm starting to think with the mindset that I'm just going 500 yards away, not going down the road. So I'm gonna attempt to use these chain forks as a means to cradle this. Let me go down really quick. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm going to use these chain forks as a means to cradle this bar right here. I'm going to push it up as far as I can. That's going to work. Yeah, that should work. Push it up, and then I'm going to strap the axle to the crossbar just like we were towing something. I'm going to see how that works out. So that side's pretty lined up. This side needs to come in quite a bit. Okay, that looks good. So I got to go down a little bit. We don't want to damage any of the brake components. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. That'll be better. Let's check this side. That could come in a little bit too. Okay, let's try that. Alright. Yeah, that'll work. I think. So, I'm gonna put you guys back out here. Let's see guys can see. Yeah. Put you right here for now. So I'm gonna push it out a little bit. Okay. So we have a hard stop there. It's not hitting anything it shouldn't be. So I'm gonna take up some weight and we'll see what happens here. Okay, we got it lifted, that's good. Now I'm going to strap it into place with our axle straps. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the chains that we were using though. All right, I'm gonna lift it up a little bit higher here. Okay, I'm going to take this axle strap and just use it like as if I was hooking up a truck from the front axle. Just go right over the top here, and that's going to keep this from sliding out of the chain force that we're using. So I'm just going to put 2 straps on it. If someone says something about not using a light bar or safety chains, fight me. Or just going 500 yards. Okay, there's one. I'll get the other. Unfortunately, in this job, we kind of put ourselves in dangerous spots sometimes. That was one of them. Just is what it is. Feel pretty good about that. Okay, so now what we got to do is figure out something about this dolly. I think I'm gonna, the customer's walking over here right now, so I think I'm gonna have him lift this up. We're gonna flip the dolly away and just safely drag it, because I don't want to drag it on that stand. That's obviously gonna break. All the tires up there are rolling, right? All right, cool. We're gonna have to do this carefully and slowly. We're gonna have to minimize our steering movements, I think, and try to counteract it when we can. So I think it's just gonna be a kind of feel thing. We're gonna kind of figure it out as we go. So let's see what happens. Okay, he's saying thumbs up. Dolly's kind of walking a little bit. Okay, it just straightened itself out a little bit, looks like. Check out that angle. Okay. So far so good. Looks like it's following okay. A little dog leg, but nothing we can't handle right now. I try to bring it this way. Kick it. Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay, we need to go this way. And then kick it to the right. There we go. Yeah, now we're figuring it out. Kick the back end of the tanker one way. It kicks the dolly the other way, which is good.
Get sure eastbound or westbound.
Alright. Good.
He said he was eastbound.
Over to this side. Try to kick it this way again.
10-4, thank you.
Kick it. Okay, starting to get a little sideways on us. Oh, okay, there, it figured it out. I think it's gonna kind of relatively find center where it needs to be. This is gonna be the interesting part though. So let's stop and we'll regroup with him and just let him know what we're thinking. All right, well, that was good. So this is where it's gonna get tricky because we're gonna have to make this turn.
Right.
So
it looks like this is free.
yeah,
so
it pretty much,
well.
it seems like it's relatively following where I'm going. It'll get kind of wonky at some point and then it'll kick back over once it figures out, you know, so. But like I said, this is where it's gonna get interesting. So I'm gonna make a right turn so that it's facing your way. Yeah. And same thing, we'll just stay in my mirror, and if it gets really weird or like turns hard one way, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm hoping it'll just equalize. That was a little workout pulling this thing around. I don't know if the camera caught it. Hopefully it did, because we were pulling this pretty good. The concern with getting the dolly turned around too far, I don't really think it'd happen if it was empty, but loaded, they'll turn right over. The whole trailer will flop over. All right, so I'll let you get hooked up to it, and then I'll dump my end off. Sweet. Cool. All right, let me work on getting unhooked, and we'll be good. Cool. Just gonna have him pull forward, and we'll fold up the end of it. We'll get out of here. So, all right, off he goes. As you can see, it works out a lot better when you're hooked to the dolly. That's cool. Shout out to him. He's pretty cool. He asked about my YouTube and said he'd subscribe. So pretty cool. And he was cool about being posted. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're gonna post this?" No, hell no. So, shout out. Cool. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling. Unfortunate event for you, but we got you out, no problem. Plaza always handles. Thanks, buddy. With that being said, since he was cool about letting us post this video, no bad mouthing in the comments, all right? I know a lot of you guys like to call out drivers, but you know, honestly, that's a simple mistake. I guess they do some deliveries back in there, and recently they did some field work here, so they changed the layout. So he went into here like they normally do, and ended up not working out because you cannot back out that set. So no bad mouthing, please. All right, let's go ahead and get home. It's 4:30, so we've had a few long, it's Friday, so it's been a long week. Not the longest week for sure, but it's been pretty good. 10-12 hour days, so we're happy about that, right? All right, let's get home. All right, guys, we made it back to the yard. Got a few things going on tomorrow morning, which will be in the next video, by the way. Tomorrow morning, I have to be on site at 7 a.m. down in Mecca to lift a generator with the rotator. That's what I'm gonna be doing. And then, as you guys can see, over there is a cat generator. That's gonna be going to Staples Center. As I was telling you guys earlier, Tommy is gonna be headed out with that. And then other than that, we just have a few pieces of equipment that we have to preload over the weekend and get it loaded for Monday morning. Busy. Just how we like it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. I think that was a pretty successful day. Thank you for riding along with me. Hope you guys enjoyed that. So with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the video. We will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.